Wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Rick flaring, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing. Not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops and find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them check representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness is really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Meac for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase. Yeah. Bubba C. Yeah. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring, sun up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, I'm back. Season 2, we here. Next level, bigger and better. Let's go.
See me letting go. I'ma lose control. I'm not afraid to fall. Watch me drink it in and feel it all.
8 p.m. Monday night, so you know it's time to tune in to the Afterglow show. Shout out to Kofi and the fam, you rattlers, the football historian, the audience is pouring in at this time like Jackson State playing Grambling. Both hosts like quarterbacks, but ain't scrambling. The Alcorn state of mind that I'm in got me blending in, but standing out like tiger skin. Shout out to TSU and all the recruits, turning down big schools for HBCUs. They changed up the scheme, so we changing the scenes. Money for our likeness is nice, but this means we gotta give it all that we got in this game. Black college grad myself, I went to pain. Pick, run, hit, or throw, that's your option. Discussing the coaches, wins, and the losses on the Afterglow.
See me letting go.
Scotty, you been crazy.
I'ma lose control.
Every Monday night at 8, super crazy. Featuring Kofi and your boy Scotty. You know what time it is?
Go,
Let's,
go,
you heard me. Let's,
go,
season 2.
go.
Enjoy.
that truck. You already know what it is. It's the Monday night Afterglow show. Really, I appreciate everybody for getting in. Before you even do nothing else, make sure you like the stream, okay? Like the stream, you know what I'm saying? Hater, non-hater, lover, non-lover. Like the stream. And always, listen, this show is nothing on my calls. Go anyway!
What up, boy? What up, boy? What up, boy?
Listen, I'm just appreciative that you didn't have orange today. I don't know why. Listen, I really thought that's all you owned. And I ain't even gonna hold you. I thought that was all you owned was orange.
You need to stop, bro.
I appreciate you for
I literally wanted a dashiki on the show.
That was probably orange.
Don't hate on the orange, boy. Don't be hating on the orange.
Ain't no hate.
The orange be hidden. Yes, go.
Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Shout out to Dr. Lori. Listen, bro. She has sent me so many FAMU shirts. Like, I'd be like, I can't keep wearing like on my regular days. I be having so many FAMU shirts. I got gray, green, orange. I be like, I got so many. I'm like, man, hoodies. I'm like, man, I'm just wearing this FAMU hoodie. You know what I'm saying? So you would think I with the FAMU is all the gear I got. Shout out to Dr. Lori, Booster of the Year.
Right. She's amazing.
Nah, she's absolutely amazing. Talk to me about your homecoming, man. Listen, I saw some pictures and you know what I'm saying? It was crazy on and around Bragg.
Homecoming is at FAMU is just on a whole different level. And it's always been really big. You know what I'm saying? It's always been huge. But every year lately, it's just been getting bigger and bigger. And I think one of the biggest changes that caused it to be bigger is the fact that the parade is literally on campus, the homecoming parade.
Oh, wow.
So the entire city, I won't say the entire city, but much of the city comes to the campus for the parade. And then they come to the campus for the parade and it's like, oh, I need something to eat. And they see,
oh, I need something to eat.
yeah, I need something to eat. Because you be sitting out there watching all the bands and everything coming through. Yeah. And the vendors are like, yeah, you need something to eat. Come on through. Yeah. And then you see everything. It's a seductive spirit just be in the atmosphere, just pull you in. And before you know it, it's looking like Bill Street, Bourbon Street.
All type
just crazy.
All type of shit. No, that's what's up, man. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. A little bit of me kind of wish I still kind of went to FAMU homecoming. I went to Jackson and Southern for the college game day. Listen, I said it on my post game show. I don't know how white people be doing that stuff, man. My knees was hurting, my back was tight, bro. Like you gotta stand up for 3 hours. Oh. No, it is not for the. Listen, I saw little kids sitting on the concrete, like it's not for the lighthearted, bro. It is not for old people. It is for the young, fiery kids.
I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win.
It's different, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. It's different. It's different. So, it was a great experience overall. But I think being there, and I said it on my post-game show, being there showed me how culturally different Black people are compared to white people. And we just don't do this. We just not the same type of people. Like, we not about all that yelling for no reason. We just ain't about that. You know what I'm saying? Black people are purposeful. Like, we yell when we need to yell.
Right.
When there ain't no camera, why the hell am I yelling? You know,
right.
Like that's how that's just how we ain't about all that extra stuff, bro. It's like, you know, when you work your 9 to 5.
I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win.
When you work your 9 to 5, you got me from 9 to 5. All right, hey.
Right. 5
o'clock, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? But it was a great, like I said, it was a great experience. You You know, I got me a little Home Depot helmet.
I saw so many of the seasoned Jackson State people that was out there, and they loved themselves some Jackson. But just like you said, they was out there for 3 hours. By hour number 2, they was like,
I was over
is there more to this?
I was over it. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was over it. By hour 2, I was like, after Deion's interview, I said, I'm out. I'm out.
Homecoming at FAMU is just a totally different vibe. I've been to Howard's homecoming, A&T, Tennessee State, Southern University, Jackson State. I've been to all of them. Tallahassee, I think, because of the size of the city and the fact that everything is right there on the campus, it's like a lower Essence Festival. To be honest, it's cool. Like that.
That's cool. That's cool.
Florida style.
All right, let's get into this show today. We all know what it is. It is Halloween. All right, Ghouls and the Goblins. So in honor of Halloween, we asked, what are your top 3 scariest movies? Please, if you have some in the chat, drop them in the chat if you got some good ones. All right, go 1, 2, and 3. Don't just drop 3 names. I need them in order, okay? We need them in order. So top 3 scariest movies. Here are me and Kofi's. Kofi, pop it off for us.
For me, number 1 is The Darn Exorcist. And look, anything that scared my daddy had to be scary. He saw that movie back when it came out, and I came in the room. I was asleep, and I looked up, and he literally was standing over me. And I woke up. I was like, Dad, why are you watching me? Mm-hmm. He's like, he thought my head was gonna spin. He thought my head was gonna spin around. I was like, I gotta. But when I watched that movie by myself one time, I was like, I could literally feel the devil. I was like, yeah, this is demonic right here. This is scary because this could really happen. Poltergeist, the clown scene summed it up for me. Everything about Poltergeist, because Steven Spielberg knows how to put excitement in the right spots.
Yeah. But
that darn clown scene, and at the house, we had a big, it was about a 5-foot bunny rabbit in the bedroom. Boy, I saw Poltergeist. I was like, you got to go out in the darn garage. You are not going to be anywhere near where I'm going to be sleeping or resting or looking or watching TV or nothing. You got to go. And of course, Friday the 13th, because, you know, you go camping and all that other stuff and people be all in the corners. You just never know. And just the way that it ended with Jason's mom being the killer and everything, it was crazy. I was like, ooh, that was scary.
All right. I mean, that's a good list. I think Friday the 13th is a little soft. That's just my personal opinion. But just a little soft. Me, I'm going to go 3-1. The Conjuring. Listen, it's not many movies that I felt like I had to read the Bible right after it. And that was one of them. Listen, I walked out of The Conjuring and I wanted to touch a Bible so fast just to make sure I was still saved. And I didn't feel like I was saved, but I needed to get saved. That's how I felt with The Conjuring. That was number 1.
Right.
The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Let me tell you, if you've never seen this movie, it's the ending of the movie that really shook me up. When the guy is trying to get the demons out the girl, and they say, tell us your name. And he says, and she starts speaking Latin. And it says, I am Legion. We are many. And man, listen. Yeah, listen, you know how like on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Carlton be like, like
right.
That's how I felt. I was like, I was scared.
Did you watch it by yourself though?
Yeah, I watched that one by myself.
I watched them demonic. Well, yes, sir.
And listen, Insidious 1 was pretty good. Insidious 2 was not good at all. Insidious 3, oh yeah, they came back with a vengeance.
Really?
Oh yeah. Insidious 2 was trash. Insidious 3 was really good. They had like this man that was walking and it was weird and popping out of stuff. Man, listen. Yeah, Insidious 3 got me. Now, Emma, the Exorcism and Insidious could be flopped. And I see some good honorable mentions. I see some It's. I see some Candymans. Tales from the Hood. The ending of Tales from the Hood when they find out they in hell. Oh, dog. Right. Listen, bro.
That was good. I like the way they did that.
Listen.
If they had some better special effects with them little slave people and stuff, it would have been really, really good. At
the end, they was all like, But listen, the ending of that Tales from the Hood, when he tells them they in hell, man, he turns to that dragon. That ain't it. That ain't it.
Yeah.
That ain't it. Oh yeah, that one ain't it. I see Nightmare on Elm Street, Candyman for a long time. I'm not gonna lie, the original. Yeah.
You wasn't going in the mirror talking to Candyman.
Whoa, slow your roll, bro. Hey, what's your deal,
bro? I'm just saying, people
right
just wasn't doing it. Candyman.
No, I'm about to shut the stream down on you, bro. Way too much. The Bloody Mary, that's the white version. Bloody Mary, that's the white version. I don't care about no Bloody Mary. Candyman, that's the black version. And we don't play about no Candyman. You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen.
Yeah, that's not it. The Shining, I didn't think that was scary. People talk about that movie a lot. I didn't think that movie was scary.
It's just the fact that it's them little twins. And I had, listen, in our after school program, these twins came dressed like the twins from The Shining, bro. Bruh, I was like, when y'all mama come to pick y'all up? Because y'all look just like them little girls in the movie.
Got to go.
You got to go home. Y'all go sit up in the front office.
I think Final Destination, it wasn't a scary movie. It's one of those movies that when you look at
pondering.
You look at life differently, right? Like it's like,
when
you get on the plane, you're like, could this be my final destination? Like, you know what I'm saying? When you're driving behind a car or you're at a roller coaster, could this be my final destination? Like it makes you look at life differently. I don't think it's like scary, but it does make you change the view of life.
Now, Saw was a whole different concept. You know what I'm saying? Of intellectual stuff. And that darn clown, the way the little clown face came on that, bro, with the voice, yes, sir.
You know, for me,
I want to play a game.
I think Saw was more of a thriller. You know, like a psychological thriller than like a scary mover for me. Yeah, I like 13 Ghosts. Like, I think 13 Ghosts is a really, really good movie.
Wow.
It's scary, but it wasn't my scariest. Like, you'd be like, but,
right.
But it's still just a great movie. I love 13 Ghosts, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that wasn't. I don't know.
Just don't get caught in the country.
Hey, that ring though. Hey, The Grudge and The Ring. What that girl like? Oh man, listen, The Grudge and The Ring, absolutely. You got me.
That lady came out the TV.
What?
Listen, now as a little kid,
that was crazy.
I have to say, as a little kid, you know, before special effects really started messing people up, Silver Bullet was scary to me.
Oh, even that's before my time.
You ain't see Silver Bullet. You actually need to watch it, bro. It's a really good late night movie.
My girl probably saw it. She's like a movie buff. She's
that's a good movie.
Yeah, but yeah, man, it's good, man. It's good, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. That's some good movies. There's another movie that I don't know a lot of people have seen. It's called Silence. It's about like when like somebody kills you when you scream. Like if you scream, the witch comes and like she kills you if you scream. It's crazy. It's a dope movie. It's a really good movie. So many people, I think it's called like Silence or Be Quiet or something like that. So something like that. It was actually pretty good.
Right. Now, this is stupid, but I'm gonna tell you, because people be talking about it. People don't want to say that Jaws was scary, but see, you young and stuff, and there's the special effects of Jaws, really. But Negroes wasn't going to the beach for a long time.
Negroes don't go to the beach right now. Listen, you know what scares me about the beach? Underwater currents. That's scarier than Jaws. Them underwater currents.
I don't know about that.
That's.
I still be thinking about sharks when I go to the beach.
Yeah, the movie's called Silent. That's the movie. It's called Silent. It's damn good. Oh man, it's scary. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Silent.
Somebody said Wrong Turn. I've never seen that movie. Wrong Turn. Somebody said Pet Cemetery.
Oh, Pet Cemetery, the first one.
Yeah, I guess the original. I ain't never seen that. So,
bro, that was scary.
Yeah. So. All right, but we appreciate you guys participating in that. All right. Also, in the spirit of Halloween and death and everything like that, I want to know what would be your last meal if you was on death row. What would be your last meal if you were on death row?
If I was on death row, I would have to go with oxtails. You laughing?
I don't know why that was funny. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm gonna get me some oxtail with a side of fried chicken, mac and cheese, collard greens, real soul food stuff, cornbread, and a German chocolate cake.
Ooh. Okay, so
I gotta have my lemonade mixed with the Kool-Aid for my drink.
So somebody said Chicago deep dish pizza. Listen, man, this is how you know you got too much money. Beef Wellington. Beef Wellington. All right. Anyway, my thing is this. I brought the question up to Key. I don't know. It just popped into. I said, "What would be your last meal, babe?" And she said mac and cheese and all that type of stuff. But to me, I'm like, who's making it? Because listen.
No, it can't be anybody's mac and cheese.
Anybody.
It can't be anybody's. I got to tell them the recipe from the hood.
You know what I'm saying? I need my mama
from the country.
I need a family member to make, because I'm not about to have my last meal and you F up my mac and cheese. You know what I'm saying? That would really piss me off.
Yeah, that would make me mad.
That would make me mad. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I want people to think think about who's cooking what you're making. But I think for me, I would probably go with. Listen. I got to rock with my boy Mike Reed. I gotta go with pork chops. I gotta go with
pork chops.
I gotta go with fried pork chops, and I need bread. I need like 4 or 5 rolls of bread so I can make a sandwich with it. I need some mac and cheese. I need some pinto beans. I need some rice. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's country right there. Yes, sir.
I need it. You know what I'm saying? I need me an orange juice and a can of Sprite. That's what I need: an orange juice and a can of Sprite, and I need a strawberry cake, and I'm okay.
Let's go.
Lord, take me now. You know what I'm saying? I'm good to go. You know what I'm saying? But that is I need some fried pork chops. I love some fried pork chops. You know what I'm saying? So that is what it is. I just, let me see what we got here. We got some baked chicken, collards, mac, potato salad, cornbread, lemonade. All right. 13-ounce steak. Pop. How you you going steak and Popeyes and a chocolate? You ain't
going out. Go out.
You ain't trying to die. Let me see. Hawk steak. I guess a tomahawk steak.
Okay.
Asparagus. That boy said I want Ruth Chris before I go. Brisket, candy yams, porterhouse, German chocolate cake, butter pecan ice cream. Okay. Butter pecan, baby. Butter pecan. Lobster with spinach, loaded mashed potatoes, a ribeye steak, some pecan turtle cheesecake from Cheesecake. That's pretty specific.
Let's go, Jordan.
That's pretty specific. Fried fish, candy yams, cornbread, vanilla milkshake. Let me see what else we got. Beef Wellington. That took me Pig feet and pig ears. Okay, that's not it. Chicken parm and baked ziti. I like that.
Chicken parmesan and baked ziti. That's bougie.
Cast iron skillet cornbread. Ooh, that's southern. You don't get no southern in
Yes,
that.
sir.
Let me see. Chicken mambo sauce fries. I like it. What the hell? Bull, pig's feet, turkey necks, tripe.
That's deep south right there. Yes, sir.
He just came off the plantation. Like, what the hell?
Sir. Let's go.
Came straight off the plantation. Jesus Christ. All right, let's get into this week 9 recap. And I got it started off with, the Magic City Classic. But where I start off, I want to play this for you guys. And I just want y'all to hear this. Wants to kind of keep riding that wave of momentum that he got from the Deion Sanders push with his alumni base. You have to win this game. You have to win this game. Because if you got the Deion Sanders push and you got the Magic City Classic win, that's damn near a trifecta. A&M's defense has been, it's like this. Alabama State has a hard time scoring points, but defensively, they're a juggernaut. A&M has had a hard time scoring points. Not as hard as Alabama State, but for the past couple of weeks, they've been putting up points, but they can't stop nobody, right? Listen, this is a heart pick. I'm going to go with A&M. I'm going to go with everything on the tape tells me that Alabama State should dominate this game because of the defense that they have to put them in opportunities to win. But I gotta go with A&M on this one. I think Eaglin he's the trump card for a lot of this. Gets that offense moving. So I gotta go A&M. I'm gonna go A&M, and I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I got A&M winning 17-24. 17-24 A&M. Listen, if betting was my next, I should be betting. You can't pick a score.
That was on point. Just wrong team, but on point.
Oh my God. I got the score. And everything in me told me Alabama State, but I went with Alabama and it was a hard pick. But gosh darn it. I mean, listen, your boy. The score was right on point, but go ahead, Kof. I don't know if you've been able to watch this game or not.
No, I mean, Alabama State is a physical team. That was a hard gut check. They played tough. They grinded it out. Pittsburgh Steelers style, and they came back and made the plays that they needed to in the end and ended up winning the game. It came down to the last seconds, just like the Magic City Classic always does. And they held up. The defense held up. So kudos to Bama State.
I've been getting calls from A&M alums a lot this weekend and today. And they said, Scotty, from what they saw from the game, they said Connor Maynard might be the better coach, but Eddie Rob's the better leader. And a lot of alums did not like the way that Connor Maynard was grabbing players, yelling at them, and everything like that. When they said Eddie Rob was on the other side after his quarterback threw a pick six. He didn't lose his cool. He didn't yell. He stayed even keel. So I'm not saying, and I think there's a lot of turmoil going over there in A&M because I think there's some, I think there's some strife in that coaching staff. I don't have no proof. I just think it's a lot of strife going into this because it's just a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense. A lot of key players are leaving, jumping into portals. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing that Abdul's not coming back next year. I heard that he's leaving. He did a
wow.
I heard I'm just word on the street. That's straight word on the street. There's a lot of stuff in that A&M locker room that has been coming out in different aspects from different alums that they think there's a problem brewing. And from somebody that was close to the program over years said, this is nothing new. And this reared its head early when Akil Glass first got to A&M. That person said it looks the exact same as when Akil Glass first got to A&M and they didn't know the coach. Because remember, Maynard did not recruit Akil Glass. None of these guys recruited him. So he was already there when they got there. So from what the person was telling me was that, Scotty, this looks the exact same from when Akil Glass first got there and A&M couldn't get their stuff together. He said this looks the exact same right now, and we'll see what it looks like going forward. Because think about it. No quarterback, and I'm being honest, no quarterback that they've recruited has panned out. Xavier hasn't panned out. Quincy Casey hasn't panned out. Jared Williams hasn't panned out. Akil Glass, the guy that they've been riding his coattails for 4 to 5 years, and Akil Glass has been hiding a lot of their deficiencies. They've been on the line to recruit and get talent in quarterbacks, and you got an offensive staff that has 3 quarterbacks: Maynard, Mai, and DT. They've all played the quarterback position at a high level. None of them can recruit them. So I'll let that be said, and we'll see how the rest of the season goes out. But there's a lot of back whispers in the back channels of A&M, and a lot of people are not happy about how Maynard is looking and how this team is looking overall. And I can't be mad at him. I can't be mad at him. I'll tell you that. I
get it, and it's a tough deal. Anytime you lose to your rival like that, last second, they've had a couple of losses, and when you look at your program, the total program, you have to look at what's here now, where you could go, where you are going, and how you're going to get there. And that East is just ridiculously tough. Just really going forward. You got to beat your in-state rival, which is going to be tough. You got to beat Jackson. You're going to have to beat FAM. And Cookman is no gimme. So, how much are they really willing to go? Or how far are they really willing to go to see that program prosper? So
we shall see. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. All right, let's get into some of these other matchups. Bethune-Cookman loses a shootout to PV 58-48. UAPB loses to FAMU 27-6. And my bad. That's Grambling. I flipped it. My bad. Grambling beats Alcorn 35-6. Where you want to start at, Kof?
We can start at the top and go down. I believe I picked Cookman in that game, and that was going to be, I know Cookman is a very dangerous team, especially coming in on homecoming, dealing with all the stuff, all the distractions you have to deal with. If you're not focused, that's going to be a tough ride. And so matchup-wise, apparently Cookman matches up well with Prairie View, but Prairie View came back in the end and found a way to get it done. FAMU dominated the game pretty much start to finish. The defense pitched the shutout. Musa threw a pick six, which is how they got the score. It was pretty methodical. And Grambling, seems to be turning the corner. They're starting to play. It started with that Alabama A&M game, and then they played us pretty close down the stretch, and they beat the crap out of Alcorn. So they're going to be a dangerous team coming down that stretch.
Listen, I've been telling people for the last 3 weeks that Grambling is not a team to be slept on. They're a talented team. They were always snake bitten. Like something would happen, a bad play, a quarterback. I like Julian Calvez. I think he is great for this team. He's a great game manager. He runs the ball well. He's not a walking turnover. And listen, Alcorn's special teams are just bad. I mean, they're atrocious.
That's bad, bro.
I mean, they got
And Grambling has good special teams.
they had a block punt, which gave Grambling a short field. They fumbled on the opening kickoff against Grambling, which put them down 14-0. But the thing that shocked me the most, though, Kofi, in this game was that Alcorn is usually a 60-minute team. Like, you'll never keep them down. I thought it would be like 31-35. They'll make a late run third and fourth quarter. They didn't look like they had it.
I think that Texas Southern game, those back-to-back losses to Southern and Texas Southern, took their will and took their fight. And that's just reality. We won't see Alcorn fight to the end again, probably to Jackson State.
Man, that's a tough one. All right, moving forward. Another huge game. NCCU squeaks out a win over Delaware State, 28-21. Puts them not in the driver's seat, but back up the top two. You know what I'm saying? Going into the later games into the Meac. I'm excited to see it. This one though, I called it. I said I called this a trap game for a reason, and we both said it. We both said this is clearly a trap game. Morgan State puts an ass whooping on South Carolina State. Corey Fields threw 2 pick sixes in this game. 2 pick sixes. I don't know. The Meac is just so up and down.
It's very unpredictable, and the team that we're not talking about right now is Howard University. And both of these teams have to face, I think NCC has to face Howard, and South Carolina State has to face Howard, and Norfolk will not be an easy out either. So going down the stretch, it's going to be a dogfight, and it looks like it's going to go down to the very last game, which is really typical Meac.
Absolutely. But I said it. I said if Morgan, I said it on the round table with Blue. Blue said if South Carolina State lost this game, throw the whole Meac away. And I told him, I said, if Morgan State can put the game together, if they can put their best game together, this game is winnable. And especially when South Carolina State just came off an emotional victory against NCCU, and they're walking into this Morgan State game like, it's Morgan State. That's how you get your butt whooped, and Corey Fields being bad as always. All right, and game of the week, Jackson State, Southern 35-0. Any points on this, Kof?
Well, it was typical Jackson, smothering defense, and I guess those analytics really are making a really big difference. Jackson State is well coached. And I don't think Southern necessarily played their best, but Jackson State is clearly a better team. And that's that.
Listen, I've talked about this game too much today. Listen, I'm going to be honest. I think that game is a game that Southern would like to have a do-over. I don't think the game is what the score. I don't think Southern is.
They're not that bad, but they're not that bad. But the thing is, when you play good teams, and you get behind, and the game becomes it's just 7-0. You're like, okay, I got one play, and then you look up, and then it's 14-0 because they didn't score. Nobody scored in the first quarter, and then you have those ebbs and flows with the whole game delays, all of that stuff. Mentally, you're down 14-0. What do I need to do to come back in? Strategically. I don't think that I think Dooley has to change some stuff up, and obviously Southern has to play better. But Jackson State's going to be a tough out for them, especially in Jackson. Southern is capable. They didn't prove it this game, and that's that.
It's simple. Very, very much so simple. All right, let's get into the next section. Hey! Buy, sell, hold. Listen, hey, ho! That stock is going up. Grambling gets their first SWAC victory. All right. buy, sell, hold that Grambling can make a run.
Buy. They're starting, success breeds more success. And confidence is a beast once you get it. And beating Alcorn for, I want to say, and they've beaten Alcorn in the hole before, so it's not anything new, but still getting a win like that will do wonders. And the way that they did it will do wonders for their confidence. And so Graham's going to be coming out with a lot more swag. And you got a quarterback that can be the game manager now. You understand who you are. Their identity is kicking in. They can make a run.
I'm buying it as well. I think, listen, they are not void of talent.
No, I mean, and that hasn't been, we've been saying that literally all year long. Like, they had some quality wins last year, and I felt like this year's Grambling team was better than the one they had last year with all the distractions and everything that was going on. I did feel like this team was more talented. You saw they scored 24 points on Jackson State, which is not an easy thing to do.
Absolutely. And you've seen how everybody else has been struggling as well to put up points. So, listen, Grambling is not void of talent. Grambling, I think when he can, he comes up with some pretty creative plays and things like that. But I think Julian Calvez is the ship, is the captain of this ship to kind of ride it to where, it's a manageable. They don't get too high, too low. And then Maurice Washington looked pretty good in this game as well. He played as well. So we'll see how that continues to go forward as the season continues. All right. Nope. Sorry. All right. All right. Buy, sell, hold.
Bye. Bye. It's a wrap.
Finishes with I'm gonna buy this. Listen, I'm buying. I think this is I think it's inevitable. How that on Marvel Avengers? Don't doubt that. Pull! Pow! Pull! Pull! Wow. Hey, that 21 gun salute ain't it's over. Hey, that was damn good, Kofi. That was damn good, by the way. That's the band in you. That was pretty good.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's over. Yeah, that's it. Hey, like, oh yeah, that's over. Moving on. All right. Buy, sell, hold. PV wins the SWAC West. Now they are in the driver's seat. Let me tell you guys what their schedule looks like. They have Alcorn next, UAPB, and Valley. So they just got pretty much. If they win out, they win the SWAC West.
The thing that Prairie View has to be mindful of is that they got to come to play. If Prairie View plays the way they've been playing all year, I think that they're going to win the SWAC West. However, if they come into that Alcorn game and they're not ready, you face an angry Alcorn team that is capable of matching up well with you. Because that game came down to the last few seconds last year. So I'll say this. If I'm a hold right now, and I'm a hold because the Southern and FAMU game to me is really in the balance. If Southern loses, PV's is moonwalking into the SWAC West. If Southern wins and they can win out, then that's you're in a two-man race, because then they got the Bayou Classic that you're looking for Southern to trip up and fall. So I think this game, because listen, I didn't expect Bethune and PV to be the way it was. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I didn't expect no 58-48 kind of game, especially with PV's offense because it ain't really been that explosive all year. So what's to say that, you know, they get caught up by a Valley or caught up by an Alcorn? You know, like let's not be real. Like Agent Zero can't run for 200 yards. You know what I'm saying? And 3 or 4 touchdowns. So I'm a hold. I mean, they really dictate their own lives. I don't think, if I'm being honest, I don't really want to see this rematch. I don't think it's a competition, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I really don't. Let me see the standings because somebody said they got. Let me see standings. Yeah, you only have one SWAC loss, but if you lose to a SWAC competition, I'm answering this question right here. If you lose, Southern has the head-to-head. So if you have 2 losses and Southern has 2 losses, they automatically jump you because they have the head-to-head against you. That's why you can't lose. Period. All right, that's to help you out. But if I'm being honest, like this is probably one of the worst. It's probably the game I probably don't want to watch like if it ends up happening to be PV and Jackson again in the SWAC championship, I just don't know. I look at Conley as a Bashawn McCray 2.0. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't expect Conley to make passes against Jackson State's defense. And this has been like back-to-back years that I think PV's schedule has been super easy. Like they don't play FAM. They don't play Jackson. Let me see who else let me see. Like, so they played Prairie View, Grambling, Alabama State, Southern, and Alcorn. I mean, they didn't play none of the big boys out of the East. They didn't play FAM, they didn't play Jackson. So I mean, they kind of skeet by again with an easy schedule. You know what I'm saying? So you only can play who's on your schedule at the end of the day. But that's gonna be an ugly SWAC championship. I say that if it so happens to do it. All right. Last but not least, on buy, sell, hold. Buy, sell, hold. Howard winning the Meac.
Ho.
They are 2-0 in the conference.
Ho. They are capable. They are capable, but it's a hold.
I'm a hold as well. I just can't listen. Q Dub is just a little up and down for me. Quentin Williams, the quarterback. It's a little up and down for me.
But that offensive line,
legit. The left side, anyway, is legit.
Yeah, they you know, and anytime you can run that rock, it's gonna prove to be because the game is won in the trenches. It's gonna prove to be very valuable. So anytime you can run it, that's a big deal.
Shout out to Mike Reed. He's been talking about Howard for the last week or so, talking about be on the lookout for Howard. So it is man, listen, it's possible. It is.
I'm trying to tell you, you know, HU and the worst feeling in the world for any blue blood program is to lose to Howard in football. You have not felt pain.
Oh, man.
Like the pain of losing to Howard in football.
That's funny.
And they were legit good back in the late 90s with Jay Skywalker, but even then it was just like, we cannot freaking lose to these people. Please tell us. And one little stretch, they had beaten us 3 years straight, and it got one of our coaches fired. It was a wrap. You know, that is like that is a death sentence for you as a coach, especially at a blue blood, especially at FAMU.
Yeah.
And we had a legendary head coach in Joe Taylor. And we were up 19-0 on homecoming. And Howard came back and won the game. They scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, came back and won the game.
No way.
On homecoming.
Wow. That is
right.
Hurt.
Look, It was right there in the parking lot. They was like, that nigga Joe Taylor got to get up out of here. Sitting up there, got us around here losing homecoming. He got to go. Yeah.
You lost to Howard on your homecoming?
Homecoming and up 19. All he had to do was that. Ooh, that's painful. I just remembered that game. Jesus.
All right, listen. Week 10 match. All right, you got Grambling, UAPB, Alabama State, Bethune-Cookman. What's up? What you got, Kof?
Oh, so Grambling should beat UAPB. That should be a nice methodical win for Graham. ASU Cookman is going to be tricky. ASU's good favorite. Cookman's they're going to come ready to play. They're going to come ready to fight. They're going to come ready to scrap. And I think it's a trap game for Alabama State coming off of that big game against Alabama A&M in between. And then you got FAMU next week. So I would say that's a trap game for ASU if they're not careful. But I would say that Coach Eddie Robinson, with the way that he's grounded his team, they've got a grinded out type mentality. I'm going to look for them to, pull it out, but it won't be easy.
I'm going to go Grambling against UAPB. I think that's an easy win for homecoming. I mean, nothing really easy.
Oh, hey. Sorry. I'm gonna pull Cookman with that upset.
I don't think Cookman's an upset. Alabama State has a hard time scoring the ball. It just is what it is. Demetrius Davis is not as consistent as you need to when it comes to moving the ball. I'm shocked that Bethune-Cookman put the points up that it did against PV. I thought their defense was pretty formidable. So I'm going to rock with Bethune. Maybe they found something because the last few games, Valley, they put over 30 points. PV, they put over 30 points. So they could have found something. So I'm going to go Bethune-Cookman over Alabama State in this one. I think it's another 30-point game for Bethune. I'm going to go 31-17 Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah, they're at home. And that's gonna be a good game though, because Bama State's gonna bring some people, and and it's Cookman's home. Yeah, Cookman gonna win that game.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Week 10. Hold up.
What? They playing?
I'm bugging. I'm sorry. I'm bugging. My stuff is all jacked up. My bad. Go ahead. Is it Bethune-Cookman going to PV? Or is it? No, I'm right. My bad. I was right on the first one. All right, listen, trap game. A&T, Norfolk State. What you got?
A&T. That game's in A&T, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see A&T. Even with this, they need their playoff lives are on the line. And even though this is not a conference game, it is a rivalry game. But Norfolk hasn't beaten these guys. I'm just not convinced that Norfolk has the level QB right now to go into Greensboro and win it. And so I think A&T has found their identity and who they are, and I think they're gonna win by about 21. All
right. Listen, I think A&T needs to keep on that high. I think A&T is riding. Man, that boy Tutton is he's playing on another planet right now. He is playing on another planet. So I have A&T winning this game by at least 2 touchdowns. So let me go back to this screen. Yes, the top one is not good. The bottom one is, though. All right. So South Carolina State, Delaware State, they match up. This is a huge game for South Carolina State if they want to get back into this. If they want to get back into the contention of playing for the Meac championship in the SWAC Meac championship. Who do you got?
Is this game's in Orangeburg, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna go South Carolina State. But I'm hearing this buzzing sound from them Hornets up there in Dover.
I'm gonna go Delaware. I'm gonna go Delaware State on this one. I think they've been playing teams very, very closely. They have a tough defense. They have a good running game. I'm gonna definitely go with Delaware State, South Carolina State on this one.
The Corey Fields after the FAMU game, Coach Pugh had made some comments that was uncharacteristically like Buddy Pugh about his quarterback and what he wanted to see from that position. And really, I think that people understand that if you double or triple Shaq, Corey's got to make better decisions or faster decisions, and he's proven to be an interception machine. And that's never good, especially with a scrappy team like Delaware State.
Yeah, you're probably right on that one. All right, huge game. All right, Kofi. Southern fam, Southern. Talk to me about the matchup.
Well, it's always huge with FAMU and Southern. This is a rivalry game, and it's one of FAMU's biggest rivals. So FAMU knows what's at stake. If they want to, have any shot of having a successful season, they have to win this game, especially being at home, which I think is going to be the difference maker with this. FAMU's defense is really playing well, and if the offense just stays methodical, they make the defense look even better. I do think that Southern's defense matches up well, and they're going to pressure Musa. So just the difference, I think, is just going to come down to the quarterback play literally of both teams and who doesn't turn the ball over.
What's the score? What you got?
I'm going to say FAMU 28, Southern 17.
For me, it goes down to the D-line of Southern getting pressure on Musa, and then the DB play of Southern against Xavier and Shareed. I like Jordan. I like McCray. He has a brother that plays DB. I like Corian Harris. I like what they can do. I like the matchups. I don't think Southern's going to come in with the mindset of letting Xavier run wild on them. Offensively for Southern, Gerard Sims is huge. It's absolutely huge. But I think Ligon, I think they can get it going. I think they can get their running game going against this FAMU defense. And I definitely think I know what we see from Bashan. I think he can get behind. Listen, I wouldn't try Kendall Bowler. That kid is playing out of his mind right now. So that's not a kid I would want to try. But I would try everybody else, though. I ain't gonna lie to you on that aspect. I would definitely try everybody else. But I have Southern winning this game 21-17. I think it's low scoring. I think defense comes to play, but I think Southern's the better team. I think they got the better D-line. I think they got the better DBs. I just it's to me on paper, Southern is the better team. They just are. And I haven't liked anything that FAMU hasn't looked good all season to me. So I just think they've been riding a wave of beating bad teams. So we'll see how it goes. But I got Southern winning this one 21-17 in Bragg, ends the streak. Listen, I think Bragg to me is like how Valley is with their field. Like it's gonna take points away from you. I think Bragg is going to add. I think Bragg gives FAM 7 points. I think if this game is played in the Bluff, it's 21-10. It's not even close. But Bragg just does something for them Florida boys, man. It's just a little different down there in Bragg. And hopefully me and Key will make it down there to see the game and see what it is and things like that. But that's what I got. 21-17 Southern.
You ain't going to Houston?
Nah, I'm not going to Houston. All right, game of the week. All right, Kofi, you have the Battle of the Tigers as your game of the week. Let's start off with Texas Southern wins if.
Texas Southern will win this game if Andrew Body and the Tigers control the ball and score. It's not enough to move the ball on Jackson State. You got to put the ball in the end zone or through the goalpost or have any type of pressure on the Jackson State offense to have to do the same. The Texas Southern fans need to play a role and actually be loud for their defense.
Won't happen.
And the defense need to believe in their ability. They played against Jackson State. Last year, I thought the game was a pretty good matchup. And it was one of the teams that scored 20-plus points on the Jackson State defense. So they need to establish their physicality and stop the run. And they need to get after Shedeur for 4 quarters. Four quarters. They got to be relentless.
Jackson State wins if.
Jackson State wins if they maintain focus coming off an emotional victory. Coming off of that emotional victory against Southern University is not always easy. It's on the road. But if Jackson State maintains focus, they'll win. Beat Jackson State, play smart, fast, and physical, and rush Andrew Body's decision-making and force errors.
All right. And what do you have for the score?
The score that I have is Jackson State winning this game 35-21.
I love it. I'm not picking this game until Wednesday with me and my boy Mike Reed. But I tell you, I'm not even gonna do that. Well, I'll talk about it on Wednesday. All right. My game of the week.
Woo, that's a good one. Let's go.
Listen, 2-0 Howard. What's the standings for? Let me see the Meac standings. I think NCCU is 2-1. All right, so Howard's 2-0. NCCU is 2-1 in the conference. This is huge. They're 1-2 going up against in the Meac. All right, so Howard wins if establish the run. Listen, NCCU has had troubles stopping the run with that 3-3-5 defense. That D-line is light in the ass, as they say. So if you can move the ball with that big front that they have, should help Quentin Williams out a lot. Do not put all the pressure on Q-Dub to win the game. Listen, I think he's a very comfortable quarterback. I think he can make throws. He's a big body, big target guy. But listen, don't have this boy out here throwing 35 and 40 times. All right, he needs to be in that low 30s, high 20s. You know what I'm saying? In that rate, and make Davius uncomfortable. Have to make Davius uncomfortable in this situation to make you guys have a chance of winning this game. All right. Next up, NCCU wins if you got to get pressure on Q-Dub. Make it very, very, very uncomfortable for him. All right. NCCU has to stay balanced and run the ball effectively. Collier is a damn good running back. All right. Stay balanced. Don't put all the pressure on Davius Richards to win you this game. And don't beat yourself. Listen, that South Carolina State game, listen, man. You talk about self-sabotage. Jesus Christ. All right, you beat yourselves, man. That game should have been yours at the end. All right. Get pressure on Q-Will. Stay balanced on the run. Don't beat yourself. My pick in this game is, listen, NCCU is at home against Howard. I got 31-21. NCCU gets the job done. They go back into first place in the Meac, and they run away with the division probably at the end of it, but it's the Meac, so who really knows? All right, Kofi, you got anything on that game as well?
Woo, that's a good one. Central's been playing good ball. You know, they've been pretty consistent, but I think Howard's a good matchup for them. Like you said, especially with that offensive line. And if, you know, Howard's coach doesn't overcoach by trying to be too fancy with stuff, you know, I think that they can, because on the road, you've got to be able to run the ball. And Howard's capable of doing it. But I think you picked a good score. I think I'm going to go with NCC.
I appreciate it. Hey, call lines are open.
You are the only participant in the conference.
518.
All participants are muted.
518-263-8124, 518-263-8124. I'm excited. Listen, I'll tell you one thing though. I am excited about Texas Southern and JSU playing in the BBVA Compass Stadium. I think it's a great listen, man. It's a great test to whatever you think Texas Southern is or could be. So I'm excited to see that. 4512 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
Scotty,
What's up?
Scotty, what's going on, fam? Kofi, what's going on? How y'all doing?
What's up, my brother? How are you?
Good. This is Diallo, aka Brother Insight. I just want to touch a couple things. I want to kind of talk about this JSU Texas Southern game. But before I do that, I caught the end of your convo with the brother from Southern earlier, and I tried to call in, but it was a little bit too late. And I just wanted to say, man, like Jackson State fans, I like Jackson State. Don't get me wrong. I lived down there for a few years, and y'all have to relax. I made a simple comment. I talked to you and Mike Reed last week. I told you I was taking my son to a college visit Friday. We did that. Went to Stamps, got them a burger. They loved it. You know, it was their first HBCU game. So to make a long story short, I don't want to, get hung up on. But it was a great atmosphere. I made a comment under your post saying, man, great atmosphere. I now see why both Southern and Jackson State fans are upset. This game is going to be going to Alabama for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
And then people come on talking about stuff that none of my comments was about. And I'm like, man, people make Scotty to be a bad guy, but he is 1,000% correct. Like, y'all have to relax. What the guy was saying was Travis Hunter is great because they're not throwing to his side. Well, that's still up for debate because we haven't seen any quarterbacks that can really put the pressure on them to see how good or how bad he really is. So y'all got to relax. So I just wanted to say that, Scotty, keep representing, keep doing your thing. Now, I really want to just talk about this Texas Southern game because I know you've noticed this. Jackson State defense, as great as they are susceptible to big plays in the run game. The kid from Grambling had a big run early, ended up getting hurt. The kid from Southern Saturday, when we was there, had a big run early, ended up getting hurt. And then the kid from Campbell had a big run, and they never really got a chance to establish the run again. I think if Andrew Body can move the ball effectively with a short pass game and then mix in some running, I think he can cause them some trouble. I expect JSU to win the game, but I don't think that they're going to just run over Texas Southern like they did Southern this past weekend. I would love to hear you two brothers take on the game.
Hey, appreciate the call, bro. We'll break it down.
Well, for me, both of them pitched shutouts against Southern University. So let's start there.
That's fair. That is fair. Go ahead.
The Texas Southern score could have been worse against Southern. I do think that Southern could have played better, but both of them pitched they shutout against Southern University. Southern scored 17 on an LSU team. So, I think Texas Southern is a whole lot better than people are giving them credit. To go into Alcorn on their homecoming and pull out a victory, that in itself tells me the mental fortitude of this team. This team is tough. And they understand, what's at stake. They rarely play for championships in football at Texas Southern. And so having this opportunity is a really big deal. And Texas Southern has the QB that has hurt Jackson State, that can hurt Jackson State. And so it's just going to come down to who's making plays. I think Jackson State has the better team overall. But sometimes, crazy stuff happens. This is still college football. And
I'm going to say this.
Yeah. So Body and them are more than capable of winning this game.
I'm going to say this. This is the definition of a puncher's chance. And I'm kind of giving away my answers. So I'll pretty much repeat everything I say on the breakdown or whatever. But this is a puncher's chance. And it's really not even the team. To me, it goes to the offensive coordinator. I don't trust him. I've seen enough crap from David Marsh over this season to let me know that he will not call a game particularly well that benefits Andrew and this team. Now, the funny thing is, I do trust. I trust Zay. I think Zay is legit. I like their special teams. I think they have their kick return is special. They have a true freshman back there who's special. I think, Jackson State is a fast team, so it's not like you're just gonna get away. I think there's ways that you can probably make some plays, but I'll be surprised if Andrew puts over 10 points. I'll be surprised. I would be, unless something happens where it's like a short field or anything like that. I will be amazed if Andrew Body and Texas Southern put over 10 points in this game. And once again, it all comes down to the play calling. It has nothing. It's only so much you can do with players, right? I believe in Andrew. I believe in Derek Morton. I believe in Ladarius Owens. I believe in Ja'Cory Howard. I think they're great athletes. I think in their own right, they could probably put 14 to 21 points up if everything went well for them. But I don't trust David Marsh. I've seen enough play calling to let me know that he's trash. And he's gonna put them in bad circumstances to where it's just like, what the hell are you doing? And now we're back at square one. So that's my thing. It's not about being, see, that's the thing about you guys. You guys don't understand football. It has nothing about being my boy. I understand play calling. I understand.
So why isn't Andrew, can he audible?
It's not. Who says he can? I don't know if he can. Because I can bring up play after play after play after play of bad play calling from David Marsh. And I'm like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you calling this? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a very fine line between, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people aren't given the freeway to call or change because they don't want that to be held against the coach, right? So if you give Andrew Body the freedom to call or change an audible to play and something goes wrong, well, that doesn't fall on Andrew because nobody knows that he audible but the coach and the offensive staff. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of coaches don't allow players to do those audibles if they don't want to. So it's a lot of in that. But this has nothing to do with the talent of Andrew. And I still think Andrew don't throw a good he doesn't throw a good deep ball. I can tell you that right now. But it goes back to offensive play calling, and that's the reason why you find offensive play callers to help your quarterback out. It's just that simple for me. But 3168, I'm coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
What's going on, Scott?
What's good?
Nothing, just TJ, man. I got two things.
What's up?
Now, my first thing is, okay, I'm going to speak on the Texas Southern and Jackson State game. Now, I'm going to tell you this. And even though I'm a Jackson State fan, I went and seen that game when Texas Southern played Southern. And Texas Southern offensive line ain't no joke either. Like, if they can do what Southern did against Jackson State, everybody going to have a big day. And another thing I've been seeing this year with Jackson State through previous games, I will scream past their ass to death because they so aggressive and they so fast that they over pursue. And I think that'll play a big part, you know what I'm saying, in the
That's play calling
that Texas Southern can run. And for the Southern and FAMU game, I got FAMU winning this game, and the reason why I say that is basically it's gonna come down to it's gonna be a defensive game. Like FAMU gonna give you some good series, but I think it come down to the quarterbacks, and I think German Musa he gonna pull it out against Southern.
Okay,
but just give me your take on that on the Texas Southern Jackson State game.
I appreciate it. Listen, I'm gonna keep listen. It comes down to play calling is a huge factor into execution, right? Because I just like I went and broke down the offensive line, right? And people are watching the plays that I broke down from Southern and Jackson, and they're like, "Oh, the route concepts are bad. The route concepts are bad. That's part of play calling. That's part of play calling. People are saying the middle of the field is wide open. Why aren't they running? That's a part of play calling. So if everything is blocked up right, and you call a bad play, it still affects you. Like, it still affects you. It doesn't matter how good Andrew Body is. If you're not calling the right plays against the right defense, or if you're not putting your players in a good situation to make plays, it's going to look bad. And it always falls back on the guy holding the ball, unless you're a Jackson State fan, where you never blame Shador, you blame the offensive coordinator, and that's why you go through 3 coordinators. But it ain't the coordinator, though. All right. So it just is what it is. Rocky, coming to you. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Scotty? What's going on, man? Hey, I've been watching your content the last couple of days, man, and you've been spot on with your analysis, man. And only thing I don't agree with you with is your assessment of FAMU. But I really wanted to talk to you about Jackson State, man, and how they're forcing everybody to play offense in a phone booth, bro. And at the end of the day, is it the coordinators
what does that mean?
That they're forcing to play the game in the phone booth, or is it the quarterback that got to play the game in the phone booth?
Rocky, explain that to people. What do you mean by playing in a phone booth? You can't just say that and not explain it.
Okay. So what ends up happening is Jackson State kind of speeds up everybody, right? So they end up trying to run like inside zones, like short dink and dunk pass plays, and zone read. Like, that's what they end up trying to run against. This is just about every team. And when you restrict your play calling to just those like 3 concepts, they literally smother you offensively, right? They can really hone in and really just defend those 3 concepts. Whereas if you made them defend all the grass on the field, you could loosen them up a little bit and really kind of exploit the some places where they're weak, where I think where they're really weak, and this is not a shot at Shiloh, but I think how they cover the interior beyond 10 yards in the middle of the field, I think they're real weak there, but nobody wants to go into that part of the field. One, it takes a little time to get there, and a lot of teams don't. And the guy who can get there fast, which is a tight end, a lot of teams don't play with a tight end. So anyway, they just, again, they restrict the field. Teams don't really go there. Because to me, I think the key is loosening them up a little bit, making them play a little zone, and kind of even, throw some deep routes, some timing routes, some deep routes, even some wheel routes to the short side of the field with the running back down the sideline would be a great concept against Jackson State. But again, nobody ever gets to any of that kind of stuff because they spend too much time trying to dink, dunk, zone read. And I don't think you can beat Jackson State with that.
Is there a question?
No. Well, do you see that as what teams are trying to? How would you, Scotty, get Jackson State to cover every blade of grass on the field?
I would pick on Shiloh until I couldn't pick on him no more. I would literally put my best route runner on Shiloh. I would set it like, if I would do like this, right? I would go 4 wide, 3 by 1, and I would see where Shiloh is. And if they don't have him on the field, then maybe I'll do a concept to where it'll be like a spacing concept or a levels concept or something like that. But anytime he was on the field and he wasn't playing safety, that's where the ball is going. We're not even thinking. It's like, the details, the plays in the details, right? So, and I'm about to get real football-y. So if you're moving and you're motioning and you don't see the linebackers moving, okay, so they're probably in zone or they're probably in a combo coverage where if the running back dips out, then they run with them. If he stays in, they blitz or they drop into a zone, right? So that would be that's your first read as a quarterback, is like, okay, is somebody going to drop underneath the route? If they don't drop underneath the route, then I'm coming. Like, we're working Shiloh. We are working Shiloh until he can't get work no more, until they just take him out the game. And every time they bring him back into the game, I'm going to try to make it seem to where we match up with Shiloh in a wide receiver position. The next person I'm picking on is Cam. I'm picking on Cam in the open space concept. Now Cam will tackle his ass off, but you got to cover as well, my boy. You know what I'm saying? So it's little things like that. And then
so how do you get them out of that? How do you get them out of that single high robber that they run? Like it looks like it's two safety high, but it's really single high robber that they run a lot of times.
Well, it gets if we're going against the Southern game, they rarely ran a single high robber. They literally went cover one man. Like that's what it was. It was just a cover one man. Like man up on the outsides. You had Cam as a free safety, or Huggins as a free safety, or Shiloh. Listen, when you're playing Cam at the free safety position, you cannot look where you're throwing. I keep telling people this, and nobody wants to listen. When you're dropping back, Cam is so good at reading your eyes, you cannot look where you're throwing. If you want to go to the right, you have to start your eyes off to the left. So Cam can turn his hips to the left, right? So he has to baseball turn out of it to go back to the other side of the field. You cannot stare it down. Cam will be over there before you know it. So it's little things like that. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with Shiloh. Shiloh's not great in space, but he's a great downfield tackler. So it's just little things like that. But at the end of the day, you still got to have the quarterback that can make the throw. If you don't got a quarterback
and that's what I was going to ask you. Is it coaching? And I hang up after this. Is it coaching or quarterback play to where teams can't stretch Jackson State? And I'll hang up and listen.
Go ahead, Kofi.
All right. It's a little of both. One of the things, there are layers to football, and it begins with your personnel and how you utilize your personnel, which comes down to coaching. But it's important to also understand that if my athletes are just faster and bigger and stronger than yours, you're going to have a much harder time than if you're on the same level playing field. So you need the right personnel. And I think that what's happening is the teams in the SWAC have to upgrade at the skill position. Jackson State secondary is skilled. That's a skilled group. That's a FBS level group. And the way and the concepts and the strategies that they play demand that you make plays, that you be precise with your play calling and you be effective. But again, you don't have to overcoach or overthink it. If I run the ball, that changes how you how you play defense. And so being able to establish that run is key with your play call. If you can't do it, they make you one-dimensional, and then it's all downhill.
It really shows me in this comments that half of y'all have no clue what you're talking about when it deals with football. You're like, Shiloh had a good game. Shiloh didn't get picked on. It's really easy. Like, it's the same thing with Travis Hunter. Oh, Travis Hunter had a great game. He barely got thrown at. It's not Travis's fault, but it doesn't mean he had a good game. It's just like, bro, nobody threw that way. It's the same thing with Shiloh. Shiloh had matchups one-on-one in the slot. They didn't throw it his way. Doesn't mean he played good coverage. Doesn't mean that he played an awesome amount of technique. Shiloh sucks in man-to-man coverage. The pick that Shiloh got, he was playing the safety position.
It was a tip.
And he was out of position. It was a bad thrown ball.
It was tipped.
Out of position, and he got tipped, and it fell into his hands. Congratulations. That doesn't make him an all-world safety. Like, I'm so sorry. Does anybody not remember the pass in the Celebration Bowl with Shiloh turned his back? He didn't know. That's Shiloh in coverage. That's Shiloh in coverage. He does not have good hips. It is what it is. You can call it what you want. If you don't watch enough film to see that, I can't help you. He's not good in coverage. He's a great hitter. Great see ball, go get ball guy. If anything is in front of Shiloh, he's a dog. All right? If Shiloh can see it develop in front of him, you don't want those problems. But if he has to stick on a guy and a guy can work him and whatever, no, he's not good. All right, 0527 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
All right. Thanks, man. Thanks for taking my call. FAMU alum. All right, man. This is my take on Southern game. If you watch the game against JSU, we saw that for one, the quarterback first read is not there. He hauling ass. Now, the key is going to be, has our defensive coordinator truly evolved over the last 6 weeks to be able to say, okay, what are we going to do? If we come out there again playing the soft, playing off receivers, I think that kid Allen is going to probably end up having a field day. So I hope that we learn that the defensive coordinator is putting in plans to put pressure on the kid. The kid, if he doesn't see that he's going to take off and run, they've got one or two linebackers that can probably run with him a little bit. But I hopefully that they'll use Isaiah Lane in a certain way in which sometimes he's bringing pressure, other times he's spying because he probably has most of the speed out of the front seven that's on the field. That's for that one. For Musa on offense, man, I hope to God, man, that he doesn't just flat out just eyeball Zay all the way from takeoff to throwing the ball. Sometimes he has Manigault crossing the field wide open. I mean, people screaming, please throw it to him. He's crossing the field, doesn't even see him. He's just looking for Zay going deep. And I know the defenses are going to be probably keen on that to try to take Zay out or Shareed. So I hope he use Manigault cross or use our tight ends that are crossing the field, man, that are wide open to take those plays, or even to back out the backfield. You know, let's take the dink and dunk and be able to score, man. And then lastly, keeping the snap count. When you got a front four like Southern, they were jumping like crazy, man. So I hope that we can mix up the snap count, make them tired, maybe stay in the stances a little longer, and be able to to be able to take advantage of that, man. But I think we can win the game. I just hope that, again, the defensive coordinator please have a different plan compared to what we had with Jackson State our last test, man. Get you guys started on that.
I appreciate the call. I'm gonna answer your question. I love that call. Listen, the one thing about Ryan, that's his name, Ryan Smith, right? Your defensive coordinator.
Right.
He has listen. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I think if you take shots at Kendall Bowler, you do it at your own risk. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. If you take shots at Kendall Bowler, you're doing it at your own risk. Should you throw it? Absolutely, but be very confident that it's something conservative. But the one thing I don't like about Ryan Smith, he doesn't play with safeties. He does not believe in playing safeties over the top. And I'm telling you, August Petrie, the same guy that caught that pass against Nugget, August Petrie, another big play receiver, those can be some guys that'll take the top off you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't happen against Jackson State, but Sean McCray was scary. I ain't going to lie to you. Weather played a factor into it as well. But don't think that he won't throw this ball deep on you. And I'm going to keep saying it, like, those guys love the deep ball. You know what I'm saying? So, Ryan Smith, to me, this game, you might want to play safeties over the top just to keep everything in front of you. I've never been a fan. Now, Ryan Smith's defense makes it hard to go across the middle because them safeties sit down about 12 or 10 yards off the line of scrimmage, about 12 to 15, and they kind of stay right there and they hover. So it makes it real hard to do anything across the middle. But them outside routes, they be open. What you got?
I'm in full agreement with this caller. I think it just really comes down to how well Musa plays. Obviously this was the best that we obviously ran the ball, but it was against UAPB. So I'm kind of like, yeah. But at the same time, that's really our formula for really success. If Musa's not throwing the ball 50 some odd times during the game, being able to achieve balance is really the key to us winning the game. We're able to do that. I believe we'll win comfortably.
Bishop Bonnet, shout out to the GOAT, says, okay, play through Zay. He's getting 200. I'm calling it now. Stop the run. Play through Zay. Listen, and I've said it multiple times on this show. Stop Zay. Stop. I don't give a damn if you got a double team. Like, you got to stop Zay. Like, Moose, that is Moose's favorite target is Zay. You got to stop him. You just got to. If he's in the slot, you need a safety over the top. If he's in the outside, you need a linebacker dropping on you need a linebacker buzzing underneath him. You know what I'm saying? Like at no point in time should Zay not have two people over top of him every single time, because that is his guy. 1656 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Hey, Scott Coffee, man. What's good, baby?
What's goody?
Yo.
And real quick question. I got two little points that I want to hit. Just simple as this. What's the breakdown with Southern potentially making the SWAC championship, and what's the potential NCCU potentially making the Celebration Bowl, man? Right. I'm gonna jump off. That's all I had.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Great call. I'll take the Meac and Kofi can take the SWAC. For the Meac, NCCU has to beat Howard and they have to win out. They can't do no more losses, because if you lose and Howard wins out, Howard goes to the SWAC. The Meac championship, right? So you got to beat Howard and then win out. That's how you get the NCCU to go to the Meac championship. Kofi, what you got on the SWAC?
Yeah, this is a big game for Southern University. It's gut check time. They've got 2 SWAC losses, so they come to Tally and they lose. It's a wrap. There is no hope. But even with that, the team that people, obviously with Texas Southern having Jackson State this weekend is huge, right? So what happens in that game? If Texas Southern finds a way to win that game, the SWAC West is gonna be really a mess. And but looking at it, Prairie View has the easiest track. If they just hold serve, they're good.
Yep, I like that hold serve. That's that tennis stuff.
Yep.
1481 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
What's up, Scotty? What's up, Kofi?
What's up?
Yo.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
How y'all guys doing tonight?
All right, doing good. Wait.
What you say?
Where you calling from?
Oh, calling from Dallas by way of Jackson.
Talk to me.
So I was just wondering what you had a question about just the game this weekend in Houston. And I was just wondering, do you think, what's your thoughts on whether or not Texas Southern scores and keeps the game close, or the blowout and its depiction on the coaching staff going forward for next year? Do they keep them, or how are they looking at this game to get the game close, to keep the coaching staff there and say, hey, we had a pretty good year so far? Or how y'all think they're looking at the coaching staff for Texas Southern going into the end of the year?
I appreciate the call. I'm gonna take the coaching aspect of it. I'll say this. I wouldn't be okay. I'm gonna play it 2 parts. If I was Andrew Body, if David Marsh comes back, I'm leaving. I ain't even gonna hold you. If they keep McKinley, I wouldn't have much of a problem. But if David Marsh comes back as the offensive coordinator, I'm in the portal. I'm in the freaking portal. All right. I don't mind if they want to fire McKinley. I don't have a problem with that. If you want to fire him, he's on the end of his contract. I don't have a problem with that at all. But David Marsh has got to go. He's trash.
And he trash.
Go ahead, Kof. It's on you.
You messed me up, man.
Can't stand that boy, bro.
Ain't nothing else I could really say after that. What's your question again, bro?
Oh, I let him go. He said, what do you think about Jackson State being in Texas Southern being a blowout? Is it going to be a close game? And then
the thing against Jackson State, just like with any good team, when you make mistakes, that's what causes the game to be a blowout. Texas Southern has to play efficient, and they've got to be able to finish strong. Like they did at Alcorn, those boys found a way to finish. And those plays that they were making on defense were just solid all the way across. I was really impressed with their team speed. But they, I don't think that they have to necessarily reinvent the wheel. They just need to stick to the formula. Last year, they had the lead against Jackson State. But that was one of those games that Dion was not necessarily, he was not on the sideline. you know, for the logistics and different things that were going on. But at the same time, a lead is a lead, and they had an opportunity there had they come out in the second half and run the ball, but they didn't do that. And then consequently, you get a 3 and out, J-State scores. 3 and out, J-State scores. Then all of a sudden, what was a manageable game is now unmanageable because now you've got to throw, and they know you've got to throw. That changes the whole dynamics of the game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 7433 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
Yo, this is Bishop.
What's up, Bishop?
Bishop. Hey, man. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
What's up, Bishop?
I just want to say, bro, I watch the show more than I watch TV, man.
Appreciate you, Bish. Appreciate you.
Yeah. But my take on the game, bro, man, you got to come out fast. UAPB, I really ain't like the way we started the game off. We came out real slow, real sluggish. Southern, if Southern can come out and run the ball hard, it's gonna be a tough game. Like always, it is hard to win in Brad. That is gonna be an it factor. You know, fans, they do get in the players' head. I done seen it, so that will be an it factor. But I just feel like, but you can't just always stick Zato because you got Lil Sheree. Like that boy really like that. Number 10, he really nice. And then you got Day Smith, number 83. But I really want to see that run game because the run game hold a special place in my heart. So I like to see that run game.
Hey, Bish, this is my issue with this is I'm not listen, I love Shareed. I think Shareed is dynamic as a punt returner. I think he's dynamic as a receiver. And to me, I feel like they should be a 1-2 combo. The reason I say you got to stop Zay is because Musa, he keys on Zay. You know what I'm saying? He'll literally drop back and not look nowhere else and just stare him down. That's why I'm saying you got to take him away.
They trying to get my boys in the league, man. That's what they doing. They trying to get my boys in the league, man. That's what they doing.
Oh, man.
But, you know, let me say this, though. You know, the UAPB game literally should have been 42-zip, okay? When we play football, when FAMU just keeps it simple and just plays football, they make the game methodical and it becomes very difficult to beat because the defense is that good. We're killing them. Then all of a sudden we do a reverse pass because we're trying to get Zay in the lead. So we got to show that he's going to throw a reverse pass to the other side. Now, it didn't work the first time. So then we come right back and do it again on a drive that we should have and could have scored on, and should have scored on, and we throw an interception. It's kind of like, bro, just hand the ball off to to my boy number 1 and to Jennings and keep it moving. They could not stop the run. And we just did not. I felt like obviously the turnovers played a part in the game being a lot closer than it really was, but you know, some of that stuff was just overthinking the simple stuff.
Hey, look, I'm gonna make a bold, but I don't see nobody beating Jackson State for the next 3 years.
You said the next.
Not in the sweat.
You said the next 3 years.
Not the next 3 years.
Woo! Hey,
I don't see it.
I like it, Bish. I like the hot take, Bishop. I like it. Hey, man, appreciate the call as always, Bishop.
All right, for sure. I'm gonna hit you out though.
All right.
Tap in with you.
All right, too easy.
All right.
All right, boy. Peace.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bishop Bonnet.
Bonnets.
Hey, man, I miss watching Bishop Bonnet. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I miss, like, he did everything for y'all last year. I loved it, man.
It was good.
I
mean, you have to give credit where credit is due. Everybody sees the difference that he was able to make in the game. You know, I personally feel like, you know, if he gave it one more college try into the pros, you know, somebody will be able to find a use for his skill set in Canada, you know, XFL.
Hey, he making big money being a project manager.
He's doing this thing, right? But check it out. So, the thing. Yeah, you know, the home run hitter aspect of who Bishop was. You know, the way he hit the hole, it was just perfect. You look up, you close your eyes 1 second, it's bam, he is gone.
Oh, boy, it was out the 98 out the gate. 3454 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Scotty, this is Sergeant, brother. How are you?
How you doing? I'm doing fine, Sergeant. How about yourself?
I'm all right, brother. Okay, can you play a little game with me?
Yes, sir.
You may have heard it. It's called Buy, Sell, Hold.
Talk to me.
First coach to be fired in the SWAC, the coach at BCC or the coach at AAMU?
Oh, BCU.
Yeah, definitely Terry Sims.
All right. Second one on Buy, Sell, Hold. After the loss to FAMU in Bragg for Southern this weekend, Coach Green never calls back into the line.
I'm selling that. He gonna call in regardless. Win, lose, or draw, he gonna call in.
All right, man. Hey, listen. My son called me. My son is a kicker on his high school football team. He asked me if you could work with him to make sure he learns how to use Huddle, and you could check him out. So I'll call you later and we'll talk about that. But appreciate it, brother. Take care.
No problem. Appreciate you. Hey, yeah, you can hit me up, text me, and we can make something happen. I'll do anything. Listen, come on down to the SWAC. They need some kickers, boy. I tell you. Hey, get you a kicker. All right, listen, you get a nice little scholarship down there. Them boys cannot kick. 9868, the Mr. Campbell coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Yo, what up, fella?
What's up?
Hey. Yeah, I kind of wish you would have seen the SWAC coaching before you actually started getting to the SWAC. And I wanted to tell you on the other show, the SWAC has been historically, well, the last 15, 20 years, have not been really good coaching in the SWAC. And since you are seeing that right now, the coaches are not fluid enough. They don't want to be like water. You know, they're so rigid in their ways sometimes. It's like, you ain't got the quarterback. You can't try to run some of these offenses. So you got to be more fluid and free. You know what I'm saying? Like, end of the day, the coach's job is to put the players in position to make plays. Now, if that player doesn't make the play, that's on the player. You know what I'm saying?
Say that again?
I said, the coach's job is to put the players in position to make plays. So if that, you know what I'm saying? If he's in that position, that's the coach's job. Get him in that position. It's the player's job to make the play once he's in that position. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Last thing. Someone says I'm not in here.
Okay. Appreciate the call. I didn't know what was going on with that. 1067, Mr. Campbell, coming to you.
Howdy. Kofi.
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Want to wish everybody well. I was unable to give a police report last week. Had to go out of town and do some business, and Thick 49 had a birthday, so we had to wish her a happy birthday and lay some hands. So you know how that goes. But Scotty, with that being said, crime does not stop. And you know what we have to do. In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police, who investigate the crimes, and the district attorneys, who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories. So, Scotty, I got one phone call that was very urgent from down in Grambling, Louisiana. Bullock Street, Grambling, Louisiana, 714-245. We got lots of calls. Because, Scotty, if you remember a few weeks ago, we found the G and brought him home.
You did.
We did. Brought him to his family. They were excited. But, Scotty, apparently when the G got home, he wanted to act up and started assault and battery. So, Scotty, approximately on October 29th at around 3 p.m., the G was seen committing assault and battery against the men's of Alcorn. Now, Scotty, you know the men's of Alcorn are not used to getting beat down like that. The thing about it, the G will also get charged with a probation violation because we told the G to stay out of trouble after we located him the last time. But, Scotty, here's the problem. We wanted to get a statement from Coach McNair, but Coach McNair said he's not talking to anyone about his men's, so we can't file any charges. So unfortunately, that case will not be solved. So the G will basically get off with a warning to not be whooping up on men's anymore. Now, Scotty, as you know, and Kofi spoke, Kofi and I were in Tallahassee for FAMU's homecoming. So I allowed the Jackson, Mississippi Police Division to handle the crime in Jackson. But it got my phone to ringing because we had more than a crime that happened, Scotty, something very serious. So Mississippi Veterans Memorial Stadium, 2531 North State Street, approximately around 2:30 Central Time, the Offscript Sports Crime Unit got many phone calls as we were trying to enjoy our homecoming in Tallahassee. Even though many 911 calls were reported because the crime happened on the field, Scotty, was actually calls that we got from the stands that had us to actually refer this to our CDC division. Now, Scotty, you know what the CDC is, right?
Control disease, like Center Control.
There you go. That's right. Center for Disease Control.
Yeah.
Now, Scotty, now you know COVID-19 is still out there. And Stephen A. Smith actually caught COVID this week down there in Jackson. But Scotty, here was the thing. There was a strange virus that looks like it only affected the Southern Jaguar fans. Approximately around 1:45 Central, the entire 20,000 plus Jaguar fan base went silent. Now, Scotty, we immediately had to call Dr. Fauci to see if he could diagnose what made the whole fan base go silent. Dr. Fauci got the blood samples that have diagnosed this outbreak of silence. Scotty, it seems like the SU fan base caught a major dose of STFU disease. I hope you understand what that means. I'm going to say that again. The SU fan base caught a major dose of FTFU disease. That is shut the F up disease.
Oh my goodness, boy, you stupid.
Now, Scotty, this thing spread very quickly through the stands. And we got very nervous. But Scotty, here's the thing about this disease, because we checked on the Jackson State side and they were fine. They were screaming, they were cheering. So apparently this disease only strikes when your rival, who you thought you were going to beat, whoops your ass in the first 10 minutes of the game. The symptoms are as follow: lack of trash talking, dryness of the mouth, and overall silence because you are bewildered to think that your team was actually going to beat JSU. It is clear that the SU fans suffered this illness for 45 of the 60 minutes during playtime. Now, Scotty, as of right now, there's no vaccine to solve this illness. And it probably will still affect the SU Jag fan base when they come to Tallahassee. So, Scotty, what we want all the SU Jags to do is wear their mask, wash their hands, and be safe. Because we can't solve no diseases out here. We don't have any vaccines to give out. So again, if you are suffering from the STFU disease, please wear a mask. Scotty, as you can see, that is our crime report and also our health minute.
Oh, Jesus.
So please do not catch the STFU disease. All right? I want all of you all to have a great, great week. There are more crimes to be solved. Detective Campbell is out.
Appreciate it, Detective. That was funny. I was not expecting that. That boy said the STFU disease. All right, Kofi, what you got coming up this week, Kofi?
Hey, man, we got the strike zone coming up at 8 o'clock on Wednesday. We got basketball season coming around, so we'll be doing previews, and we will talk about the Southern football game and reviewing homecoming, so it's going to be pretty good.
All right. Listen, man, tell Kelvin to chill out with them suits, bro. Them bow tie. That boy, listen, every time I turn, I be
this
laughing.
is calm. Y'all got the calm version. Come homecoming, woo, bruh.
What's that dude from the NBA that used to wear all those wild jackets and coats and stuff like that? I can't remember.
I forget his name.
He's a black dude. He used to always wear these crazy jackets and stuff like that.
But Kelvin Rozier is one of a kind. He is the mayor of Wanish Way. So he has to come, he has to show up and show out. He's got over 50 different outfits for Orange and Green. He is decked to kill every year. He's the king. He's the god.
Craig Sager. That's what he reminds me of. Craig
Sager.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying? Craig Sager. That's what Kelvin reminds me of. All the loudness and boldness that he wears and stuff. Hey guys, listen. I appreciate everybody who's tuned into all my shows today. I mean, going from the morning show to Perry White to now the Afterglow show.
Well, you like Creflo Dollar around this? He's on all day.
Like my man said, it don't stop. Hey, there go Kelvin right there. It don't stop. Yo, he be killing me with the hat, the bow tie. I love it, man. I love it. Keep doing your thing, Kel. Keep spitting that real stuff. You be low key, be spitting that real stuff. But listen, tomorrow I ain't doing no shows. Don't ask me. It's my admin day. My lovely fiance. That's our wedding planning day. So Tuesdays are the wedding planning day. Shando. Eh? I'm gonna sit there so interested. I'm gonna sit there so interested, and I'm
be
like,
good, be good.
I'm like, yeah, babe, that's right, yeah, babe, yeah, whatever. Listen, I told Keith straight up. I said, listen, all I care about is the cake, the food, and
you get one cake, you get a cake, and she gets a cake.
That's all I care about. That's all I care about. The cake, the food, and the fun. That's all I care about. Everything else, she can pick it. I don't care. I want to have a good time. Listen, and we do have 10 spots for subscribers. All right. So
what was I gonna say? It is keep going.
Oh, so we got 10 spots open to subscribers. I think 2 or 3 of those spots are already been taken. Listen, so how we're gonna do it is this. We're gonna have it's gonna be like 70 to 80 people, family, friends, and stuff like that. We're going to have 10 subscribers, and then we're going to have a waiting list, right? So that's how we're going to do it. Anybody who doesn't RSVP, we will substitute them for a subscriber. So we'll do it like that. So that's how that works. But listen, I'm going to tell you right now, if you get invited to this wedding, you're dancing, okay? I'm a dancer, okay? We go have fun. Ain't no sitting on the wall and all that, nah. So if you get invited, make sure your ass can dance, and you're going to get your ass up on that dance floor because we're going to have a good old time. All right.
I just wanted to officially announce, people, ladies and gentlemen, it is officially Scorpio season.
Come on.
All my Scorpios that's still in the chat, put it up there. Hashtag Scorpio season. Y'all know what's about to go down, people. You know what's about to go down.
Hey, Mike, I'm asking you right now, do you want to be the DJ for the wedding? I was supposed to do it. Keith told me to ask you like 4 days ago. I kept forgetting. But since you in here, Mike, let me know if you would like to DJ the wedding for the family friend discount. Family friend discount means like just because you're my friend, that's the discount. Oh man, no, we'll pay you, Mike. We'll pay you. We ain't gonna do you like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just let me know. Happy birthday to my boy Quincy Casey.
Let's go, Scorpio season.
November 1st. Hey, yeah, text me, Mike. You don't gotta answer.
Andrew Body just had a birthday.
Andrew Body, Scorpio. Quincy Casey, Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio, November 3rd. Kofi, aren't you a Scorpio?
Scorpio, November 17th.
Come on,
Kelvin Rose is a Scorpio, November 18th.
Come on, man. We in here.
We in here.
Scorpios, stand up.
Let's go.
Where's the wedding? The wedding will be in Atlanta. Okay, the wedding will be in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, that's where the wedding will be, in Atlanta, Georgia. So, yeah, man. So we doing it big out here. So, like I said, so we're gonna have spots for subscribers. Key doesn't want a big wedding, so it's gonna be between 80 to 90 people, and that's about as big as it's gonna get. So we'll just have that waiting list and stuff like that. So we'll probably make a website or something. So if you guys do want to be a part of it, the waiting list, we'll make it so we can have it all official and things like that. All right. So listen, guys, I appreciate everybody. Until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless.